Good day, my students. This is Teacher Tajudeen again from Tender Care Motorstolic. We continue our mathematics from where we stopped last time, which was rational numbers. Today we talk about addition of rational numbers with different denominators. Okay. Today the subtopic is addition of rational numbers with different denominators. Okay, now from here, perform the following work given to you now. Okay, so now here we say equals. You have this fraction of 6/5 plus 4/3. From your textbooks that we have been using, don't forget this is just a revision for you. Okay, so now the solution to solve this one, we just say we have 6/5 and then 4/3. If you want to do this, because of this addition, we need to find the LCM of 5 and 3 because they are different denominator. Okay, this one is different from this. To do that, once you have a different figures like this, you try to check, can you divide this first denominator by the second denominator? If possible. If no, which means you try again, use the second denominator to divide the first denominator. If one of it is possible, you will use that as your LCM. Okay? If one of it can be divided by the other without remain, then use that as your LCM. But if none of it can be divided, just like in this case now, we have 5 here, we have 3 here. 5 cannot be divided by 3 without remain, and also 3 cannot be divided by 5. It's not possible, right? So to get the LCM now, you will say LCM of 5 and 3 equals 5 multiplied by 3. So you multiply this one by this one. Okay, so here now you have 15. So which means 15 is the LCM of 5 and 3. So once you have this LCM, you come down, repeat the question again by saying 6/5 plus 4/3 equals, then make this long line, and then under here, your denominator now will be the LCM that we have found here. Okay, we have multiplied this by this to have our 15. So that is the LCM you put here now. We just repeat the question here. This same question is what we repeated here. Okay, so now from there, we start to divide this fraction. We complete the first fraction before the second fraction. So we start to divide this one, this number 15, by this 5. Okay. When you come to this division, we say 15 divided by 5. Okay. Since you multiply these two numbers to have your LCM here, so you should know that if you divide this 15 by this number, your answer is this one. Okay. So your answer is this number. So 15 divided by 5, you have 3. Okay, that 3 multiplied by 8. 3 times 8 is 18. Understood now? How we get 18? We divide 15 by 5, which is 3. Then you multiply that to your answer by the number here, which is 6. 3 multiplied by 6, you have 18. Now, we are through with the first fraction. You introduce your equal sign. Okay, so now 15 divided by 3. 15 divided by 3, you have 5. Okay, so now that 5 multiplied by 4. 5 multiplied by 4, you have 20. Okay, 5 times 4, you have 20. So here now we have 18 plus 20 over 15. Now you add these sides together, which is 18 plus 20. you have that 8 over 15. Let me, don't forget, I forget to put the equal sign. Okay, I can do the equal sign. Okay, so here now we have that 8 over 15. Now you cannot leave your answer like this. Why? The numerator here is bigger than the denominator, so you cannot leave it that way. We have to, this is what we call improper fraction. We need to convert it into either a proper fraction or a mixed fraction. Okay, so to do that, there's no number we can use to do this fraction perfectly. 3 cannot divide it because of this 8, and 5 also cannot divide it because of this 8 also. So what we do, we count how many 15 can we get from 30. Okay, you leave this 8. The first digit here, you have 3, you turn this 8 to 0, which means 30. So how many 15 can you get from 30? That is 2. Okay, you have 2. Now, don't forget, here is 30 and then this is 38. So you have 8 left here. That 8, you write it over 15. Okay, so this fraction now is solved. The answer now is 2 whole number 8 over 15. This is the answer here. So now let me give you a second question from the same textbook here. Second question. Okay, this one is a little bit having a big number. Now we try to solve it together. Let's see. Okay, so we have 2 whole number 3 over 7 plus 4 whole number 1 over 6. Okay, now this kind of fraction, before you solve it, you need to convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction before we can solve it this way. Okay, so this is how it is. This is how it's done. This type of fraction is called a mixed fraction. Why is it a mixed fraction? It's because you're having a whole number and then you have the proper fraction. So we need to convert. To do that, we multiply 7 by 2 and then the answer plus 3. Okay, let's try and see it here. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, so 7 times 2, 14, then plus 3. Plus 3 is 17. Okay, so we have 17. We have 17 all over 7. Okay, how we get this 17? We multiply this number by this number, which is 14. Then that 14 plus this 3, you have 17. Now we are through with this fraction. Now the second fraction, before that you introduce your equal sign that is here. Now also do the same thing we have done here. We do the same thing this side. We multiply this one by this, which means 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24, right? That is 24. Then plus 1. 24 plus 1 is 25 over 6. Okay. Now you can see now, from the mixed fraction, we have taken it to improper fraction. So this improper fraction now can be solved like this. Okay, it can be solved like this now. We have different denominators. We have 7 here, we have 6 here. Just like I have said here earlier, when you have a number like this, you try to divide each of the sides by each side. Like now, by the other side, sorry. So we divide 7 divided by 6. Is that possible? No. It will remain. Then 6 cannot be divided by 7 also. So which means we cannot get the LCM, we cannot choose any of it to be our LCM. Rather, we multiply both of them together. Okay? So we multiply both of them. Here now I can say the LCM equals 7 multiplied by 6, which means this 7 multiplied by this 6, and 7 times 6, that is 42. Okay? So, here now 7 times 6 is 42. So this is our LCM now. Okay? So once we have your LCM, you repeat the question again. Repeat the question here again. We have 17 all over 7 plus 25 all over 6. Okay, so now import the LCM will be here. We said our LCM will be 42. Okay, our LCM will be 42. Now, from here, since we have our LCM, same thing we did here, we also do here. Now, 42 divided by 7. 42 divided by 7 is 6. Okay, so now you will now say 6 multiplied by 17. So if I just say 6 times 17, in your multiplication table at the back of your book, you have it up to 12 only. You don't have it up to 17, so it might confuse you. But for you to do that easily, you will set it like this somewhere in your book. Okay, you will set it like this, and then this is what you want to multiply. Sorry, this is what you want to multiply. You'll have your answer easily. Okay, so 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42, right? You write 2, take away 4, right? Okay, so 6 times 7 is 42. You take away 4, you write 2. So 6 times 1 is 6, plus this 4 you have 10. Okay, now you have 102. 102. Okay, this is addition sign. You introduce it here again. So now we come here again to the second one, which is 42 divided by 6. Now we are through with the first fraction. We move to the second fraction, which is 25 over 6. Now from here you say 72 divided by 6. We have 7. Okay, 72 divided by 6. The answer is 7. Okay, now this 7 multiplied by 25. 7 times 25. So how can we do that? I guess it's something like 175. Well, let's write here again. It will be 175. 25 multiplied by 7. Okay. Okay, so 7 times 5 is 35, right? It's 35. You take away 3 and then you write 5. Now 7 times 2 is 14. Now 14 plus 3, you have 17. Yes, I said it. It's 175. Okay, now here we have 175. 175. Okay. From this side, we need to add these two numbers together. This is 7, this is 7, this is 2. Okay, as I'm seeing 277. See 277? Straight away, you have 102 plus 170, 175. To do that easily, you can just say, start from your right side, 5 plus 2. You have, let's say, equal sign, this one. This one plus this, you have 7. Okay, you start from right side. Okay, 7 plus 0, that is 7. Okay, then 1 plus 1, that is 2. So here now we have 277 all over 42. If you cannot do it this way, the other way to do it so that you will not mistake, you will set it like this. You will arrange it like this, 175. You will see that we still have the same thing like I did here. 2 plus 5 is 7. 0 plus 7 is 7. Then 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have 277, and then here also 277. So whichever way is easy for you to do so that you will not mistake, just choose it. Do it. The most important thing is for you to have the right answer. Okay, so now we have 277 divided by 42. This number is big. we think of which number to use to cut it. First thing, you consider the last number. If you want to do any division like this, you consider the last number with the number you want to divide it with. And here we have 42. The last number here is 2. The last number here is 7. 2 cannot be divided by 7. Definitely, if you try to use any number like 2, 3, 5, cannot divide it. Why? Because of the 7 here you are saying. 2, 7, 7. Okay? So, now what to do? Try to find how many 42 can we get from 277. Okay? How many 42 can you get from 277? So let's try this and see. If you cannot get it the easy way, the other way of getting it is you start to count your 42 like this in some, then you add it together, easy way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's make it up to 5, let's make it up to 6 and see what will it bring. Okay? So then 2 plus 2 is 4, then 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 you write 2, then take away 1. Okay? So now this is 8 and this is 8, 16, 20, 24 plus 1, 25 plus this one, that's 25. So you write 25. Now you see now, okay, 252, and here we have 277.